Hey, what's up guys, we're back in another Destiny video. Today we're going to be looking at the top 3 most overpowered subclasses as of right now. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so another thing is I'm not only going to be showing you the best ones, but I'm also going to be showing you the best setup for those. So yeah, as you can see we have a Sunbreaker Titan here, and this is a fairly decent super. However, I have seen some people, especially hunters, kind of dodge this by just simply keep jumping. And if they're not good with it, they're probably just going to keep missing with the hammer. But if someone gets insanely good and knows how to use it, it can be devastating the PvP. But you, again, you do have to aim and kind of just it isn't just done for you. But as you can see, we have like kind of the stats here. So it has a fairly good grenade. It can stick enemies, which is really good. It's really nice. So like if you're about to die, you can just go ahead and stick him. And I'm not saying that that's a respected way to go, but I guess it'll work, as well as you can also Titan skate, which is fairly nice. A lot of people tend to use it, and I mean a lot of Titans tend to use it because it is pretty much the fastest way to get around any map at this point, because you can go as fast as any hunter sprinting. And so yeah, as you can see, the fusion grenade will stick to anything, and there's the lift, which will make you Titan skate. But the main thing is, that was pretty much overpowered during the beginning of the Taken King, was the actual Hammer of Soul. Now, the reason it was because it was just a lot of aim assist, and it would just make these ginormous explosions that it could just you were not going to live no matter what. And now that they nerfed it, you now have to kind of aim more. You can't just aim in their kind of general direction. You have to kind of like aim at them, kind of time your shots in a way. Another thing is Melting Point. Now, this does some things in PvP, but I just see it as just kind of a normal melee. Now that is way worse than what the number 2 is. But in PvP and PvE, in Golgoth especially, if the Titan goes up and punches Golgoth, it will actually do 55% more damage, which is insanely good. And coupled with Weapons Life and Tether, it just destroys Golgoth so quickly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much why it is overpowered, because it is fairly good in PvP and it's just insanely good in PvE. It can just clear out rooms so easily. Coupled with Explosive Pyro, as you saw there, it can just clear out rooms so quickly and just kind of get you out of some tough situations. Alright, so at number 2, we have the Stormcaller Warlock. Now this is an insanely good melee type of subclass. That is pretty much the highlight of this subclass, which is the melee. It just has so much range, and it just devastates enemies, not only in PvE, but as well as in PvP. Another thing is its landfall. Right there saved me, and it does Fist of Havoc damage against everything around you, pretty much. It is pretty much a discount Fist of Havoc for Warlocks, and it can save you, like in Trials. My friend uses that, and when he sees someone like a shotgunner coming up to him, he just uses that, and it just saves him. Because they're another one, you can actually see like just the devastation it can cause and like the range it has. It's pretty much just another Fist of Havoc for Warlocks. And another thing is, I'm just looking in the general direction of what I'm trying to kill. It's so much easier to use than well, it's second easiest to use in my opinion, because the first one is better. But here are the stats. But like I was saying, it is pretty much so easy to use. All you have to do is just look in the general direction of the person and just hold one button, and you're gonna get a guaranteed kill. It's really hard to get away from if you're on the receiving end, because it's just long range, and then it's pretty much a little bit more range than the melee, and the melee already has a lot of range. So what you're gonna want to do for this is pretty much use Storm Grenade or Arc Bolt Grenade. Now these two, they're not that great, but they're fairly usable, and they can pretty much finish people up fairly quick. Now obviously the kind of the double jump, whatever this is called, for the Warlocks is never that good, so you can pretty much do whatever you want there. But what you want to do is Landfall. Like I was saying, it's just another Fist of Havoc, and it's just really nice. And I think it's called the Impossible Machines that automatically unlock this, so you can actually run something else that'll even make it even better. And so yeah, that's pretty much the highlight. It's just another Fist of Havoc, and just this is what makes it so good. Accompanied with the melee, it just makes this subclass just so good and just so easy to use. So because you can melee from just infinite range, and then when you pop that super, you can just get like quad feeds and things like that, and it's just so easy to get. Like you can clear out rooms in PvE as well. So I would highly recommend this if you're a Warlock for PvP. It is just so much fun to use as well. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for number 2. So let's get into number 1. And for number 1, a lot of you guys, a lot of people that don't use this, me included, just don't like this and feel like it's cheap. But anyways, it is, because of that, it is the easiest to use, it is the best, and it kills so quickly, and just, it is probably the best subclass. And I think a lot of veteran Destiny players know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so at number 1, as you can see, we have the Striker Titan subclass. Now, I know a lot of people are just kind of nodding their head right now, for PvP especially, because this is the only subclass in the entire game that can one-shot melee. It is the only subclass in the entire game that has just this devastating lightning grenade, and it's pretty much multiple one-shot grenades, like 5 at a time, and it just sticks on walls. And it's pretty much that trap grenade that hunters have, but just way more improved. And also, it has a good thing in every single category. It has good grenade, it has a good lift, as you saw there. It can Titan skate, it has an insanely good super, and it has a very good and most powerful in the entire game melee. And not just that, the normal melee without shoulder charge is very good too. It's pretty much the same damage as any Warlock melee. So yeah, that's still fairly good even without shoulder charge. And I sadly, I don't have any gameplay with this, because as you can see, I have nothing leveled up, because I just don't want to use this. And I just think, I personally don't like it, but I see so many people using it, because it is, in fact, good, and that's why people use it. It is maybe a little newbie, in my opinion, that is very easy to get kills, but that is why it's good, and that's why I have it at number 1. I'm not going to not put it at number 1 just because I'm salty about it, because that's just not fair to people that use it, and that it is insanely good subclass. And that's why it's here. Like, everything is good on it. So yeah. And if people that get good with this, get with specifically shoulder charge, can just devastate, like, PvP, like specifically trials. This one guy I met, he was insanely good with it, and we just sat back, and he would 1v3 in elimination, and he would win, like, just for using shoulder charge and using Striker Titan, and he was so good with it. And another thing is Fist of Havoc. That's kind of a thing that I feel like a lot of people don't like, when you're about to kill the Striker Titan and then he Fist of Havoc just because of panic. Like, we call it Fist of Panic, and they get pretty mad when you call it that, but sometimes they do panic and they press the 2 bumpers and they end up killing you, even though you were at full health and they had little health. But again, that's why it's good. It gets the job done. It doesn't let you die, pretty much. But a lot of people don't like that, but I have used it on my friend's account, and I gotta admit, it's fun to use, but I just don't want to use it anyway. But enjoy yourself, Titans. Hopefully, in my opinion, it should get a little bit of nerf, but maybe not the super, but definitely I think the little aim assist of shoulder charge, because it does change direction to actually hit the enemy, which makes it even much better. And the only way to escape is just kind of go over it, which is hard, or just kind of run backwards until it runs out, and it'll automatically shoulder charge for them. But yeah, and then just gotta keep shooting them and hope you get the kill, and hope they don't Fist of Havoc and kill you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the number 1 subclass, and I think a lot of people will agree. So yeah, thanks for watching, and before I go, I just want to show you what you pretty much can use. Is obviously the lightning grenade, best grenade in the entire game. And then the lift, which in Titan Skate, you can actually pretty much use anything you want there. Just use your playstyle. There's pretty much anything for everybody, anybody's playstyle. And then the Fist of Havoc, you can use any 3 of these. They're all good. You can just use it to your playstyle, like I said, with the lift. And then, of course, we have shoulder charge. Use shoulder charge. Just use it. Please, don't use anything else, because that is a one-shot melee, and you are the only ones that have that. So use it to your advantage. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, like I said, thanks for watching. Please smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.